right, guys, it is time. It is time for the semifinals, CWL Premiere Season 3. Here we go. First clan we're going to be covering here in the semifinals, Forbidden, who took on Grumpy Old Men, and what a awesome war that this was. This war right here is the reason why people continue to even play this game. This was the war to be a part of. This was the war to see. Forbidden and Grumpy Old Men, an absolutely insane war, and how everything went down. In the background, while we go over the stats for you guys and recap some of these awesome attacks, we're gonna have a hit up, a 10v10, and a Town Hall 9 3-star from the Forbidden side, and we'll be showing one of Grumpy Old Men's Town Hall 10 3 stars towards the end, so make sure you guys stick around for that. We'll go ahead and start off with Forbidden stats, and we'll kind of break everything down for you guys, give you a feel for how intense this war was pretty much out of the gate. Starting with Forbidden, guys. Actually, you know what? We're going to go ahead and start off with their Town Hall 9 stats. One that really stood out, definitely a head and shoulders above the other clans, were Forbidden's Town Hall 9s hitting at 15 out of 16. I'm not good at math, but that is 94% 3-star. Wait until you guys... just absolutely insane what their Town Hall 9s were doing to the Grumpy Old Men side. Again, 15 for 16, 94%. And this was the other stat that absolutely blew my mind. They had 13 scouts. One of those attacks was even a 9v11 scout attack. So you want to talk about a clan that came to play. Both these clans came to play, but Forbidden just laying it down nice and early. And because of these early scouts, in the first couple hours, they had 2 10v10s already on the board, adding all kinds of pressure to our friends over on the Grumpy Old Men side. So yeah, 15 for 16, 94% for the Town Hall 9s, ensuring 13 scouts for the Forbidden side. That ensured that they also had 5 10v10 triples. Again, 2 of those 10v10 triples came in just the first couple hours of war. So they did have 5 10v10 3-stars. They went 6 for 7 on their dips. They did have 1 dip fail, and they also had 1 11v11 attempt towards the very end of war. It did end in a fail, but they were able to clear all of Grumpy Old Men's Town Hall 10s that were on the map, only leaving up the 4 Town Hall 11s. This was a 4-11-15 breakdown. Now we'll go ahead and cover the FYs. Oh no, we have to cover the hit ups. They also cleared all the 11s with their Town Hall 10s, going 4 for 9 on their hit ups. So top to bottom, this clan came to play. This clan so active throughout the entire war. Huge shout out. Definitely all the time and energy put into this war paid off. Forbidden is going to the finals here in Season 3. Now, Grumpy Old Men has been red hot the entire season, and considering the stats that they put up, they still put on a very good war. Again, the final 86-84 here in the semifinals, so only 2 stars short. We'll show you guys where they were hot and where they kind of fell flat against the Forbidden stats. We'll go ahead and start off with their Town Hall 9s. Definitely struggled. They went 10 for 23, so they were hitting sub 50%, 43% to be exact, and that ate up some of their Town Hall 10 attacks, considering they had to dip 5 of the Town Hall 9s with their Town Hall 10s. Despite that, they still had 3 10v10 3-stars. They did go 3 for 9, so very good job there. Just 2 Town Hall 10s short from Forbidden. And as far as their hit ups, they actually did a little bit better than Forbidden. They went 4 for 8, so they were hitting right at 50%. Again, Forbidden, they went 4 for 9 on their hit ups, so it was very close. Forbidden, or Grumpy Old Men, however, even though they had to dip, they still got scouts, and they got scouts in very earlier on into the war. So despite having 5 dips to clear the Town Hall 9s, they still had 7 scouts. So I mean, they still performed a very good war. As far as their dips, they went 6 for 8, having 2 dip fails. So it wasn't the best war that they've played this season, but again, they were going up against a very tough Forbidden clan, and Forbidden knew that how tough Grumpy Old Men was. Neither of these clans were going to be pushover clans. This was the war that everybody was watching here in the semifinals. So huge shout out to both of these clans. Again, the final 86-84, Forbidden going to the finals here in season 3. And here we're going to be checking out one of the Town Hall 9 attacks. Here in the background, Mask taking on Rosum, and most of these Town Hall 9 attacks were Forbidden definitely favoring air this war. And for good reason. Queen Charge Lalos, Suihiro Lalos, they did have some stone kill squad attacks and hog attacks, but definitely favoring air, and they absolutely brought it again. Their Town Hall 9s only having 1 fail in this war. And again, both these clans have really been highlighted throughout the entire season. Starting these league recaps back in week 1 through the 11 wars in the regular season, the quarterfinals, or the opening round, the quarterfinals. Both of these clans, people have had their eye on. If you guys remember, Forbidden starting off the season, the only undefeated clan through 6 weeks before they took a few losses. And even some people were saying that Forbidden was done. They went 6-0 and then took 2 losses in a row. And people were wondering what was going on with Forbidden. But they were able to bounce back this season from the naysayers. Everybody saying that they were done. Even though they were at 6-2, a very formidable record here in Premiere with how intense the competition was, and they have absolutely brought it, taking down clan after clan, making it through the opening round, through the quarterfinals, and now in the semifinals, taking down Grumpy Old Men. Absolutely huge shout to the guys and girls over in Forbidden. And now we have Grumpy Old Men, who also they've pretty much had a red hot season throughout. And if you guys remember, they did finish 2nd place under Gunma Samurai in their division, and they technically got the wild card, but they made it through the opening round of the playoffs here in season 3. They went ahead and made it through the quarterfinals, and coming head to head against Forbidden in the semifinals. Both these clans should be proud of what they've done in this season here in season 3. Definitely setting the bar even higher than what it was compared to previous seasons. Premiere has really done a remarkable job with fierce competition. Both these clans again have something to be proud of, and to include Grumpy Old Men. But Forbidden absolutely red hot. They're going to the finals, guys. It is, wait till you guys see the next matchup. We're gonna go ahead and recap the Power COC and the FYSB war. So definitely stay tuned for that in this recap, the semifinals recap. CWL Premiere Season 3. We got Forbidden going to the finals. Grumpy Old Men is now going home. All right, guys, the next war that we're going to be covering here in CWL Premiere Season 3 semifinals, we have FYSB, who took on Power COC in what was an incredible war. The final to this war, 86-79 in favor of FYSB. That is a 7-star victory. Absolutely huge. And when they mean fasten your seatbelts, they meant it. This war, they came to play. We'll go ahead and check out the stats for you guys real quick. They absolutely brought it. This was a 4-11-15 breakdown, so there was one extra Town Hall 10 over the traditional default Premiere breakdown. But yeah, it was a 4-11-15. With that, FYSB had 4 10v10 triples on the map. And as far as their dips, they went 7 for 7, hit at 100%, coming to play in the semifinals, guys. And as far as their hit-ups, this was one of the most remarkable stats next to Forbidden. FYSB went 4 for 5. 4 for 5 on their hit-ups. Absolutely huge, and that's what gave them a whole bunch of 10v10 opportunities. And considering that their Town Hall 9s hit at a remarkable 71%, they did have 9 scouts on the map. So just all in all, from top to bottom, from Town Hall 9s hitting at 71%, and you have your 10v11 squad going 4 for 5. That allowed them a whole bunch of 10v10 opportunities, and they took advantage of it. And because so many 10s were not only scouted by the 9s, but by 10v10 fails, that ensured that these Town Hall 11s, these dips, they did not have to go in fresh. So again, top to bottom, left to right, all Town Hall levels played an incredible war on the FYSB side. Huge shout out to them. Moving on to the finals for the second season in a row. We'll go ahead real quick and cover Power COC stats. Again, the final 86 to 79. Power COC putting up 79 stars. They also had 2 10v10 triples, so not horrible. But in the semifinal, when you're going up against what FYSB was able, with those stars they were able to put on the map, you have got to bring the heat. But regardless, they still had 2 10v10 triples. As far as their hit-ups, they went 4 for 11. So both clans still did well, considering they didn't leave an 11 on the map that wasn't 2-starred. So they still did a good job there, and we know that they were struggling with hit-ups earlier on in the season, but they still brought it. They went 4 for 11. For those of you keeping score at home, they hit it 36% on their hit-ups. As far as their dips, this is where they really struggled. FYSB still would have edged out the victory, but this is where they struggled right here, was on their dips. They went 3 for 6. 2 of their other Town Hall 11 attacks went for 11v11 triples. That did end up in fails, but they still had 2 11v11 attempts. But they, considering they had 2 less 10v10s and they had 3 dip fails versus FYSB not having a single one, very, very tough to compete against that star total. And wouldn't you know it, both clans that came out victorious here in the semifinals, both putting up 86 stars. Only time will tell what is going to happen when we get to the finals, which is going to be in a couple weeks. So definitely stay tuned for that. But yeah, FYSB absolutely bringing the heat. We do have one hit up that we showed you guys. We did have this 10v10 3-star by Devil's Reject. And ironically enough, both of these clans matched midweek. That's what you guys are watching right now on your screen. The replays got wiped for the FYSB side. So these attacks that you guys are watching were from the midweek war. Again, there's a big flop with the attacks for the FYSB side. I do have one attack to show you guys coming from Power COC. But before that, we will go ahead and check out this Lalo coming from Avatar, taking on Aldo the Myth. Gonna be doing an incredible Sui Hero Lalo. We'll go ahead and watch this one play out. What was absolutely amazing, considering both of these clans, the seasons that they have had, where FYSB started off red hot, then they lost a few wars to some struggling clans they lost to, and a lot of people were saying that FYSB was done, that stick a fork in it, FYSB is done. They had something else to say. They finished an absolutely remarkable season, ending in first place in their division. Huge shout out to them. And as far as Power COC goes, you want to talk about a clan that stepped in, I believe it was back in week 6. They took on a 500 record. So the clan that they replaced was TWSS. They went in and inherited a even record. Actually, it was week 8. They inherited a 4-4 record, had to make something of it, and that is exactly what they did. So huge shout out for Power COC coming in from Invite, dropping down to Premiere, going in and just wiping these clans out. Did an absolutely amazing job, you know, winning out in the opening round, winning out in the quarterfinals, and here in the semifinals they took on Fysb. Again, the final 86-79. But huge shout out to both of these clans from the highs and lows, the struggles both of these clans that they faced, the different perils that they've had, you know, to deal with throughout the season, and making something of it, doing something with it, going into the playoffs, winning out opening round, winning their quarterfinals matchups, and lo and behold, meeting here for the final time here in the semifinals in CWL Premiere Season 3. Much love to both of these clans for making it this far. Power COC going home, Fysb moving on to the finals, guys. This attack right here was from the semifinals matchup. We'll go ahead and watch this. We have Huck taking on Tie Blows. Gonna be doing a mass miner attack. Absolutely love this attack, especially when you look at what he's gonna be bringing to this attack on the back end. Very unique as we go ahead and watch this play out. So you have King down here at 6, Queen over at 9 o'clock, walking up, setting the funnel, trimming out those defenses from over the wall. And you'll see all the miners coming in had a nice rage to make it through some of those high DPS buildings right there as the miners were encountering King and Queen at the same time. I did have 2 heal spells that he has left to deploy, and also notice that there is going to be a haste he's going to be dropping. There it goes, dropping down 8 loons. They're going to go Archer Tower, Tesla to the Inferno Tower. So only a few point defenses left, and only that Wizard Tower left as far as splash damage. Hound doing a whole bunch of nothing down here as it's stuck on this Barbarian. Absolutely love this attack from Huck. And again, Power COC did have 2 10v10 triples this war, and usually we only show attacks on the winning side, but considering that how far both of these clans made it, we gotta show love to both sides, which is exactly what we're doing, watching this mass miner attack. And I believe their other 10v10 was also with mass miners, but I really enjoyed this one with the loons on the back end. Very nicely done. Fysb going to the finals. Power COC is going home.